Looking at the audience, this is very much a next generation issue, and I think it's now time to throw the challenge down to the next generation to see what they've achieved and what they can do that's even more. I've always believed that the future is not orange, that the future is brown. Here is their opportunity to make a difference.
Our next speaker is Vaz MP. Keith was first elected as a Labour MP in 1987 and has been re-elected 6 times, which is quite an achievement. He currently represents Leicester East constituents and was the first person of Asian origin to sit in the House of Commons since 1922. And he's currently the chairman of the Home Affairs Committee, and he scrutinises the work of the Home Office.
Thank you very much. Could I just start by making a plea? If anyone would like to faint during my speech, could they do so now? Because I'm in awe of Lord Ahmed being able to make people faint. Mind you, we did have Vivek Oberoi here today, and a couple of the security guards fainted. But I'm afraid he's had to go to another engagement. Jasvir, Kate, Pauline, friends, it is a huge honour and privilege for me to be here at the launch of this new set of awards. As you can imagine, following that wonderful introduction, I've been around a while, so I've attended quite a few events, but I think I have never attended an event that is specifically directed to the Asian professional community. And I'm also very pleased that you've chosen as the date for your launch, for the actual handing out of the awards, the 27th of November, which is the day after my birthday. Not that I'm seeking, incidentally, any awards. But I would like to just say this about your host tonight, Kate Hoey. Kate and I live in the same corridor in Normanshaw North, which used to be Scotland Yard, before Scotland Yard went to Victoria and became New Scotland Yard. And we see each other almost every day. And I want to just, on your behalf, because Kate has had a very important celebration last week. She celebrated 25 years in the House of Commons. So well done, Kate, on that remarkable achievement. So, in a sense, this is a celebration for Kate. I'm not sure she'd qualify as an Asian professional, but because she knows Jasvir, I think we'll allow her in. I brought you a book, Kate, which is a book I've just written, and it's free, you don't even have to buy it. It's taken me about 4 years to write. It's called Rainbow over Westminster, and it's a history of every black, Asian, ethnic minority peer or MP who's ever been elected to the House of Commons or appointed to the House of Lords. And it's just come out, Kate, and I want you to have the 3rd copy. The thing about being an Asian professional, of course, is that everyone expects you to be an Asian professional. I had a choice. I had a choice when I was younger, along with my 2 sisters, when we arrived in this country aged 9 from Aden, from Yemen. My parents having travelled from Goa to Mumbai and Mumbai to Yemen to seek work, and then to come here to Britain to give their children the best education in the world. In those days when it was fashionable to become economic migrants. And I was given a choice by my parents. You can either be a doctor or a doctor. And that's why myself and my 2 sisters all became lawyers. Because in those days, this was the only respectable profession for our community. We weren't allowed to think of anything else. Nowadays, as Lord Ahmed and as Pauline Latham has so eloquently stated, we are in every profession. We are everywhere. Especially in the financial services, the legal profession, of course, the dental profession, the pharmacies now. In De Montfort University in Leicester, 90% of those doing a pharmacy course are Asians. because it's not just giving out people's tablets for sore throats. Pharmacy is a business. And the great thing about the community is if there's a business, we will know how to run it. And that's why these awards are so pertinent and so important. And why I think they are important is because they represent a new generation. And it really is time for dinosaurs such as myself, yes, you've seen me in Jurassic Park, to move over, because it's all up to you now. This is very much your country. This is a place of great opportunity. What we need to do, and what I think we've helped to do, those of our generation, and as you know, I've been here for 27 years, before this building was even built, and not Parliament itself, I'm not 1,000 years old, but this particular building, was to see the dramatic change, the aspirations. My kids are 19 and 17. My son is in his first year of university. My daughter is just doing her AS levels. And I want for them things that I never had, not material things, because I have a Prius, so I know how to drive a good car, unlike all the other Asians who have Mercedes, of course. The thing is, the material things don't really matter. For me, what matters for them, because it's all about them now, it's all about you, is being able to walk through that door that has been opened and to achieve great things. And I recently spoke in the House of Commons about, and I lamented the fact that the last time we chose a governor of the Bank of England, there wasn't a single person of Asian origin on the shortlist. Just think for a moment of all those Asians in Canary Wharf, or the members of the Asian community who I see from Stanmore to Westminster on the Jubilee line, getting off at Wembley Park, jumping into the Metropolitan line, then jumping back again when we get to Finchley Road. And they all seem to be in the financial services. Not a single Asian person made the shortlist for the governorship of the Bank of England. Not a single Asian person appears to be on the shortlist for the chairmanship of the BBC Trust. And if you look at some of those areas where we're supposed to excel, like cricket, and the Afro-Caribbeans like football, just look at the World Cup and see how diverse the teams are, as opposed to the management of football, and the people sitting in the royal box. Again, we don't see ourselves getting into that position. But if you think there are no challenges left, that is the challenge. And I think both party leaders, both Ed Miliband and David Cameron, the Prime Minister, passionately believe in an equal society. So it is your job now to be able to challenge for the highest jobs in this country. We now have an editor of a national newspaper who happens to be of Asian origin, The Independent. We're getting there, but it's taking too long. And I am impatient for that change. We now have an Asian cabinet minister for the first time ever. It's taken too long. More needs to be done. And you know, no one is going to hand you power in this country. No one is going to knock at your door and say, we'd like you to be a vice president of Morgan Stanley. This is something that you have to ask for. Because if you do not ask, then you do not get. So these awards are extraordinarily valuable. Because on the 27th of November, they will select people of real merit. And when you see those people, you will expect those people to be part of the vanguard for the future of our country. After all, that's what won us the Olympics. We were told we were the most diverse nation on earth. We are. We have more languages spoken here than in any other country in the world. If you go to a hotel like the St James Court Hotel, at this time of the year, yes, it's full of Wimbledon stars, but also the entire Asian community from the whole of the world seems to be living there. You can get off at Heathrow Airport, you can stay in a hotel owned by an Asian, you can drive in a chauffeur-driven car in a company owned by members of the Asian community, you can dine at the finest restaurants in London which are owned by Asians and run by Asians, and you can even go and watch football matches in Queen's Park Rangers or Leicester City Football Club in clubs that are owned by Asians in the Premier League. So there is the challenge for you. And by the time this award celebrates its 5th anniversary, I will expect to see that change. So please don't look to people like me anymore. We've had our time. I look to all of you to change the course of the history of this country, to make it what it is, a tapestry of culture, of religion, and of different people. That's what makes Britain great. You are the Great Britons. The best of luck with this initiative. Thank you.
Click on the screen now if you wish to watch some of our other videos. Also, if you'd like to nominate yourself or someone else for an award, you can do this via our website. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.